precedent. Is that right? Banking committee?
Yeah, but there's nothing live, right? Because, nope.
No. Did you find the banking committee website?
Okay, now I got some people looking. Yeah, I got Mark Jeffrey had this White House, Senate, and bank. So this is the site. It's not yet live.
Senate House Leaders Press Conference.
So this is going to be important.
That's right. That's exactly what
this should be the official one.
All right. So what are the potential? Why don't you do some little pre-coverage?
Okay, pre-coverage.
What are they going to really talk about here?
Okay.
So, Sachs. First of all, let's talk about David Sachs and who he is, right?
Okay.
So Sachs is a member of the PayPal mafia, right? Really good friends with Elon Musk.
Really good friends with Peter Thiel.
These guys basically did PayPal together, and now he became the sort of crypto czar, which is part of the banking committee, I guess. So he's not. What power does he actually have? He's kind of like an advisor, if anything, right? He can't set policy. This guy.
No, he's. But I think he's also
kind of a figurehead, really.
He's also trusted by Trump.
He's trusted by Trump, and he's trusted by Silicon Valley.
Yeah,
because he's a Silicon Valley guy. He, obviously, he's part of the PayPal mafia, like we said.
Well, after he did PayPal, he did a startup called. It was sort of like Twitter for businesses. I forget the name of it. But he managed to sell that, I think, to Salesforce.
Right. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. That thing actually had a really good exit. So he made, hundreds of millions.
He made some money.
Maybe even $1 billion.
He basically became the most interesting person on the All In podcast. So with Calacanis and
everybody's like more stupid coin trivia.
We'll do more trivia.
A little later, guys. Yeah. A little later with the meme stuff. Okay.
But anyways, so this could be a big nothing burger. I see someone was commenting it's going to be a big nothing burger. Like, we're going to announce that we're looking into strategic reserves.
That would be negative.
But I think we should have the one contest we should have is like every time they say the word Bitcoin, everyone should buy some Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And that would be good.
But you just bought 20 grand.
I just bought 20 grand on River. Just, I've been wanting to try out River to kind of see how it worked, and I thought it'd be good.
Yammer, that's it. Yammer, yeah. That
was Yammer was a thing. Yeah, that's what he sold.
I met Sachs once at a Galaxy. You know that Akon?
Yeah, I remember that thing. Yeah,
right? Yeah.
I remember
the rapper Akon had a thing, and I was there, and I met Sachs.
Yeah. I think he's a really smart guy, Sachs. I think he's kind of what made All In.
He is the best of all of the guys at All In, by far.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, All In without Sachs, it's kind of like the Beatles without John Lennon.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work.
So he's the John Lennon.
He's the John Lennon, and Calacanis is definitely Ringo. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. So basically, like, they're going to announce something related to the reserve. Now, Cynthia Loomis is like, it's happening. So I think she's got an inside scoop on kind of what it is, but it's not going to be Bitcoin only. No. I would bet on that.
I would
bet. Is there a poly market for that? I wonder.
There should be.
Is anyone betting on what the strategic reserve is going to be?
Let's see. Well, let's go to the.
Let's see what the poly market. So this is good. Poly market. Oh wow.
Crypto.
There was a good. Will the strategic reserve even happen? Let's look at that one first.
Where?
The last one you had up. Go back one. You just
had back.
Yeah. Will there be a strategic?
Okay. Let me put this thing up. Share this tab. Okay.
So yeah, there's 48% chance now, or 45%. Down 2%. Wow.
Oh wait.
Well, that's weird.
It's down.
I mean, it won't be Bitcoin only. So that's the thing with this bet. I'm not sure if it.
I think that this one would be a buy to me, because he's going to
like a buy. Yeah.
He's going to basically say something. Let's just make sure we aren't. No,
we haven't missed anything.
No, they're kind of keeping us on our toes.
Yeah, Bitcoin price is around 107.
Show this tab.
Yeah. So we're at.
By the way, this is a great app. If you aren't on SFox,
highly recommend trading on SFox. The reason SFox didn't work for me today is just simply that you have to wire money, and I don't keep any money on there at all. I just trade in and out of it. And so
You like the polar bear algorithm?
the algorithms are amazing. I love the sniper one. You can keep your order off the order books and then just only execute at certain times. So this is trading on many exchanges at once. You can see it's trading on OTC desks. It's trading on Coinbase. It's trading on Kraken. It used to trade on a bunch of global exchanges, but obviously now it's US only.
So did he come? No.
Still nothing yet from Sachs. But anyways, so Polymarket says not much of a chance. Was there a Polymarket bet for like, will the strategic reserve include Ethereum or anything else?
Let me see.
Definitely not going to include Solana.
You say I don't know.
Here's why. Because the government owns no Solana. So like there was a listing I saw the other day about what crypto assets. Oh, here. What will David Sachs say during the presser today?
Okay.
Will he say the word Bitcoin?
Oh yeah, I like this. We should share this.
Yeah, this is good. This is great. Oh my God.
Okay.
Will he say Will he say the word Bitcoin? Can they see this now?
No. Let me.
All right, we're gonna share the screen so you guys can see. This is good stuff. Yeah. No. It's not coming up there, honestly.
Okay, well here it is. I got it.
Okay, yeah, here we go. So what will David Sachs say during the presser today? This is a good one. It's only $40,000 of the volume, but will he say something about Bitcoin? Almost 100% likely.
100%.
But that's what I think. It's like Ethereum, I kind of agree. 50%.
The Solana's 30%.
They're dreaming. He's not going to talk. He might say the word Solana, but he's not going to talk about including it in a reserve. I feel like it's going to be negative.
How about Trump coin? 20%.
No one thinks he's going to say anything about stupid, obviously. That's good.
Well, no, people are saying like he
pump
should.
fund. He might say pump fund. That's funny.
He might just sort of say it in a derogatory way.
I think anything he says about pump fund or Solana could be negative.
Yeah. I kind of agree. Yeah. But it's going to seem not serious. Okay, market's selling off. They're selling off. Well, they know something now.
Yeah. Market is dumping a little bit, but still no
nothing.
Still no stream.
Nothing.
Okay, yeah. So he's going to talk about something related to the strategic reserve. Obviously, that's the news everyone's waiting to hear about, right? And so why don't we take a look at what assets the U.S. government has now?
Okay, you want to go ahead?
There's somewhere on here. Let's try to find. Does anyone have a link to that? What the U.S. government has? Try to find it. Let's go search X. So the U.S. government has U.S. government holdings, Bitcoin, ETH. Let's see if we can find it.
No.
Bitcoin holdings by country shows the U.S. and China leading. The Trump administration has been stacking Bitcoin and ETH.
No, that's just for the
Liberty Reserve. Yeah, that's Liberty Reserve. Okay.
No, we don't know.
No, I'm not sure. I'll see if I can find it on my side, maybe.
Right.
If anyone sees a link to it or can find it, I saw a chart the other day.
They are making us wait, though. I got to tell you.
All of the coins that the government has, U.S. government confiscated, or what's it called? Not confiscated. Seized. Bitcoin, Ethereum.
Okay, here we go. Nothing.
Let's see. U.S. government seized balances. Man, I saw a great chart for this the other day. I wish I had this ready to go.
Market just ticked below 90 at 100,000.
Oh, that's good. I want to buy below 100. That's what I want to do.
No, you missed your chance. It's back up over 100. Let's see. Nothing on Sachs at all. Making us wait. Any reason why? You know, maybe I should do a one stupid trivia question. And I will give away 2,000 stupid. All right, so let's hear it. Okay, Ben. 2,000 stupid. While we wait, we'll go to somebody. You have to. It has to be really stupid. The question, though. You have a good stupid question.
Yeah. How about we look at tariff? We look at something related to the tariffs.
Okay. Yeah.
So, what if we go with what do we import the most from Mexico?
Okay, that's the question. What do we import the most from Mexico?
Mm-hmm. Tacos is not a good answer.
Okay,
so you say tacos.
You have to answer that, and I will put a question here. Just answer it in the comments to the thing. What do we think? Question is, I'll put, what do we expect import the most from Mexico? Most from Mexico. Oh, 2,000 stupid.
Wrong answers only.
Wrong answers only. Okay.
Oh, I hear.
Oh, okay, great. We'll delay the thing.
Here's Sachs.
Addressing some of the most important opportunities of our time in ensuring that the U.S. remains at the forefront of innovation and digital assets. The president said in his executive order in the first week that it's the policy of his administration to support the responsible growth and use of digital assets, blockchain technology, and related technologies across all sectors of the economy. And he established an executive branch working group for digital assets, which includes Secretary Besson at Treasury, Secretary Noem, soon to be confirmed Attorney General Bondi, Secretary Letnick at Commerce, and all the other key administration officials that have an equity in crypto. And similarly, the SEC has set up a crypto task force led by Hester Peirce, which is also looking at this issue. And together, our objective is to accomplish the task the president assigned for us in his EO, which is to propose a federal regulatory framework governing the issuance and operation of digital assets, including stablecoins, in the United States. I've talked to many founders over the past few years, and they've told me repeatedly that the number one thing they need from Washington is regulatory clarity. They just want to know what the rules of the road are so they can abide by them. We're coming off, frankly, 4 years of arbitrary prosecution and persecution of crypto companies where the SEC wouldn't tell founders what the rules were, but then they would prosecute them. And many founders have even told me stories of being debanked personally just because they had founded a crypto company. All of this approach was driving this important technology of the future offshore, and we want to keep that innovation onshore in the US. Financial assets are destined to become digital, just like every analog industry has become digital, and we want that value creation to happen in the United States rather than giving it away to other countries. This will also, I should add, be much better for consumer protection because it's easier for regulators to supervise an activity when it's onshore. And it's probably not a coincidence that the single biggest fraud in the history of crypto, which was FTX, was based in the Bahamas. By moving the innovation onshore, it'll be easier to separate out the good actors from the bad actors. And we want to encourage the good actors, the innovators, while protecting the market from the bad actors. And I think a market structured legislation with clear definitions and fair rules will do that. I want to say additionally, we're excited about working with both the House and Senate on stablecoin legislation. I know Senator Hagerty introduced a bill today. This stablecoins really have the potential to ensure American dollar dominance internationally, to increase the usage of the U.S. dollar digitally as the world's reserve currency, and in the process create potentially trillions of dollars of demand for U.S. treasuries, which could lower long-term interest rates. So let me stop there, and I want to thank the chairman here today, Chairman Scott, Chairman Hill, Chairman Bozeman, Chairman Thompson, I look forward to working with them as part of the administration to help turn President Trump's policy into reality. This was a week one priority for the administration, and we're excited that our counterparts in Congress are equally committed to ensuring American dominance in digital assets. I look forward to working with each of you. And with that, I want to say work with each of you in creating a golden age in digital assets. And with that, I'll turn it over to Chairman Scott. Thank you.
I think David represents promises made, promises kept. I love the campaign trail when President Trump was out there making promises, and we see today he's keeping those promises. And in so many ways, I think back to a kid as I was a long time ago, growing up in a single-parent household, mired in poverty, and hoping that the American dream would one day be accessible for me. I think that we're standing here today at the precipice of greatness for so many kids who are looking forward to democratization, having access points for their families and for themselves that makes it easier and less expensive to do business in this country. I love the concept that we see today, synergy within the administration, the House, and the Senate, focusing not on ourselves, but focusing on working class Americans who desperately need to reduce their prices and increase their access. That's what the bicameral working group will help tackle. I have a pre-existing working friendship with GT and French and John. And the good news is we come together already having proven the ability to work together to get things done for the American people. It's an exciting time to be an American. And as David said, the golden age has begun. And the good news is it's going to get better. I'm excited about what we will accomplish for the American people. I'm excited about the synergistic approach that we're taking in the House and the Senate, with the White House leading the way. Next, you'll hear from Chairman French Hill.
Thank you, Chairman Scott, and David Sachs, thank you for coming to Capitol Hill to celebrate with us the fact that in the 119th Congress, we have a bicameral project for both a stablecoins bill and a regulatory framework that will bring clarity to digital assets in the United States so that we are the land of opportunity, the land of innovation that we have been for decades in so many other technologies. We don't want to be behind in financial technology and digital assets in the United States, but our innovators, as David Sachs reported, need clarity. They need to know what the rules of the road are, and that's why I'm excited to be here today to share this announcement that we're forming a working group on a bicameral basis between the House Financial Services Committee, the Senate Banking Committee, the House Agriculture Committee, and the Senate Agriculture Committee to make progress on that clarity for a regulatory framework and to create and structure a stablecoins bill that will lend itself to advancing America as the reserve currency of the world. This is a big issue. Bicameral support this year is dynamic because last year in the 118th Congress, we had success on a bipartisan basis in the House on both stablecoin legislation moving out of the House Financial Services Committee and for the regulatory framework moving across the House floor with a strong bipartisan vote. 71 Democrats joined House Republicans in moving that policy forward. So in my view, with the wind at our back of a leader like President Trump, who knows that financial innovation, financial technology is where America's heart is, where our entrepreneurs' our hearts are, that will lead from the executive branch, and now with this bicameral partnership with Senate Agriculture and Senate Banking, along with our House committees, I look very, very forward to the success we're going to have in the 119th Congress. And let me ask my good friend from Arkansas, a fellow Razorback, the chairman of the House Ag Committee, John Bozeman.
Crypto and crypto wallets in general.
Yeah.
We're all still excited about the big Kentucky win. So it's good to be with you all. We've been working hard on this for the last 3 years. And we've had our ups and our downs. When we started working on it, crypto was gaining popularity. And then with Sam Bankman-Fried and other things, it seemed like perhaps it was in trouble. It's rebounded, though, and is bigger than ever. So our goal is to make sure that consumers are protected, make sure that the industry, in order for it to grow, and be able to offer all of the things that it does offer to the various disciplines that are out there, whether you're a bank or whether you're investing a client's money for their retirement or whatever. You've got protections, there's structure in it, and it will allow the industry itself, because it is regulated, people can have confidence in that to grow. It's a little different than our normal situations in the sense we've got these jurisdiction things. So I'm the chairman of AG. Why am I here? Because we have the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, and some assets are commodities, some are securities. So the SEC has jurisdiction over the securities, CFTC has jurisdiction over the other. So the idea that we're working together, again, we've all been working separately, we've made progress over the last several years, but working together now with purpose, and then also having the White House, having the czar over here, again, to visit with him and really set up a structure so that we can get a final structure to make this thing work is very, very important. So I appreciate Senator Scott,
I feel like as far as stable,
I think, really coming up with that idea. And I think it's a good one, and we're looking forward to actually get some things accomplished in the next several months.
everything that setting up for this.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Congressman G.T. Thompson, Chair of the House Agriculture Committee. And this is what we're doing today is sort of the next step and what will be a milestone, which will be a great accomplishment for our country. America really was a leader when it came to Internet 1.0, right? It was the Internet of knowledge. And the Internet 2.0, again, it was America that led that for the world, not just for our citizens, but for the world. And that was the Internet of things. And then Internet 3.0 is what we're talking about today, and that's the Internet of value. And we're approaching it in a principled way. My colleagues here mentioned a couple of those. Number one, do no harm. Protect consumers, provide that regulatory structure, that certainty, both for the industry, but quite frankly for the consumers as well. And secondly is foster innovation, because the opportunities are just really are unimaginable. Well, what I believe is that whatever's over the horizon is going to be very, very exciting. So I'm really, well, first of all, just very thankful to President Trump for his historic efforts to bring regulatory clarity to the digital assets markets. His leadership with the work that David Sachs is going to lead on his behalf is going to be a game changer for American competitiveness in the global race to build the new economy. The president could not have picked a better person to helm his AI and digital asset efforts. David brings a wealth of experience in exploring new technologies and building successful businesses to this new role. We've had great conversations, and I know that he is laser focused on bringing certainty to digital asset markets. I want to congratulate my friend Chairman French Hill. He is the right man to lead the Financial Services Committee in the House at this moment, in this time, and he's a great partner and the type of leader that we need to advance this issue. We worked incredibly well last Congress together alongside Patrick McHenry, and I'm excited to build on that work together. I also want to congratulate our newly elevated Senate colleagues, Chairman Bozeman and Chairman Scott. Perhaps there's no one more pleased than me to be able to say Chairman Bozeman. John and Tim and their members are going to bring a wealth of talent and expertise to this discussion from the Senate majority. We did incredible work in the House last Congress in the 118th, and I'm proud of the efforts that went into our historic vote on Fit 21. I'm equally excited to have these partners and a new administration in place to be able to finish the job. I'm thrilled to lead House Agriculture Committee members as we work with this incredible team to put a bill on President Trump's desk. And I think at this point we're going to be in a position to take a few questions.
Thank you, everyone. now that we have the trifecta in Washington?
Well, thanks, Emily. We did do good work, good, strong bipartisan work on Fit 21, which was the clarity for a market structure bill. That bill, I think, had the basics for the exact bill that we'll propose to introduce again in the 119th Congress. There may be some modest changes, but it had bipartisan support. We did a lot of work in our markup and in the floor preparation for it in both the Ag Committee under Dusty Johnson leadership and G.T. Thompson's leadership, and in House Financial Services. So on the regulatory framework bill, that'll be the approach that the House takes. On stable coins, I think you'll see us have a bill that's very similar to the approach that's been taken in the Senate. Recently, Senator Hagerty's introduced legislation. That bill was closer to the original proposal that Patrick McHenry put in place early in the 118th Congress, and I think you'll see the House expose a draft for stable coins that would be similar to the approach taken by Senator Hagerty. But let me ask GT or to comment or Tim.
So I established this year a digital asset subcommittee so that we could take a deep dive into market structure as well as stable coins. Good news is stable coins led by Bill Hagerty on the Senate side out already today. We've seen Cynthia Lummis as a co-sponsor. Market structure is a place where you have left and right leaning in. We have members from Gillibrand and Lummis working together in the past, now working together in the future, coming to the table to create the framework for the Senate so that we can harmonize Fit 21, the parts that we see as a path forward to a signature into law. So the good news is, from my perspective, having the Digital Asset Subcommittee really working on the market structure at the same time, simultaneously having Bill Hagerty lead the conversation around stable coins, having that bill out for us to take a look at, and there will be an amendment process, will be a part of that for us. And then hopefully, very quickly, we'll see the House, they're working on it as well, so we'll have a legislation that's able to go to the President's desk.
Let me just say, I'm very proud of the work that we did in 118th with Fit 21, and that was done in, you heard others talk about, we had Republicans and Democrats certainly in committee and on the House floor, a significant vote that we achieved, but I like to say we achieved that in a tripartisan way. We worked in bringing the industry, bringing key stakeholders to the table, and so I look forward to, quite frankly, on working with my colleagues here and President Trump to continue that process of refining what we do, whether it's market structures and the other aspects of this bill.
Brendan Peterson with Much More News. I wanted to ask if you all are thinking about making changes to anti-money laundering law as a part of this push, given the concerns we've heard about debanking the crypto sector and beyond, and the broader concerns about money transmitter licenses and the sensitivities of AML.
Yeah. We're certainly open for discussion. One of the things that the subcommittee will take a look at is the whole playing field. I mean, at the end of the day, to get all of our members on board, we're going to have to be open to comments and thoughts on the issue. I think we're in a good place. The Bank Secrecy Act is something that we've discussed with the other side. They have a focus on it. I think that the broader conversation should not be about digital assets alone. It's about bad actors doing bad things by any means necessary. And so having that conversation from a panoramic view and not simply from an digital asset perspective is going to be important for us to get to the end of that conversation.
Brendan, I would add, having been the subcommittee chair in the last Congress, and Brian Stiles is going to have that mission this time. He'll do an excellent job, I think, on the market structure bill and the stablecoin bill as it relates to the security aspects of it. We were very sensitive in the 118th Congress about the law enforcement aspects of digital assets, not any different than we are about any other means of transfer of or payment method, whether you're talking about cash or the ACH system or real-time payments. This is an important point. I agree with Senator Scott completely. We'll listen to our members. But in the drafts that we offered last year that, as I say, we had bipartisan support for, they had strict AML standards in them for this digital arrangement for digital assets that are not unlike the requirements out in the analog financial services space. It's why we call the bills fit for purpose, because this is not an intermediated form of finance anymore, and so these laws have to reflect how transactions are conducted. But AML and BSA are important for every member on both sides of the Capitol.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this. For both of the stablecoin and the FIT bills last year, I'm just curious this year whether you have any idea of the timeline when you expect to get those worked through Congress, and then also could this ride along anything like the Farm Bill, for instance, given the agriculture connection?
Well, we have to work on getting the Farm Bill. And we're going to do that. Time-wise, I think one of the most important things we're doing now, with every Congress, we have new members that retire or are defeated, and we have new members coming in. So we're starting that now and have started member education. And quite honestly, crypto is not the easiest thing to wrap your mind around. Not everyone comes into Congress with a good, full understanding and a thorough knowledge. And so member education is what our first goal is here. And then how it times up, it is, I think we've shown the ability to be able to move a market structures bill, well, FIT 21 as a whole, out of the House in the past. I think we're probably in a really good position to, when we conclude our work and preparation this time around, to be able to do that. So I don't see this being attached to a farm bill.
Thank you.
Hang on one second.
I would say, if I was thinking about this a little bit, I think what we have is an opportunity to get things done. My theory is the first 100 days of a new administration is important. On the Senate side, my goal is to be as aggressive as possible to achieve an objective of having bills through the Senate in 100 days.
Just to go back to Emily's question on this and combine it with timing, Maeve, is here's the way to think about it. We did a lot of work in the 118th Congress in the House. So we're prepared to move forward in the House Financial Services Committee, and I won't speak for Chairman Thompson, by introducing legislation or having discussion drafts of our legislation, attaching those to a set of committee hearings. But it's exactly as GT points out. We have new members, we've got to do new member education. And so we have to level set here. This is why Chairman Bozeman and Chairman Scott have stepped up digital assets at a subcommittee level to bring members along and do that member education here in the Senate, something that in the House, we had the benefit, obviously of 2 Congresses working on that. So I think a key element now, though, is the education and technical assistance that can be provided to members both in the House and Senate from the executive branch now, as President Trump's leadership posts are confirmed. And key among them is his AI and crypto advisor, David Sachs. And David, would you want to speak to this issue of helping members come up to speed?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So this is what we're here for. And I actually did a session even before the start of this Congress with Speaker Johnson. We did a great sort of open dialogue with members of the House in that case. And I think, part of what we're here to do is provide resources on education. Some of them can be outside advisors, kind of luminaries in the industry, and we're talking to a lot of those people. And then, I'm also available anytime to talk to members about this. It can, crypto can be a esoteric subject, and it is good to explain it, to kind of demystify it, because I think once you understand that, you've kind of got the cryptocurrency itself like Bitcoin, but then what it really runs on are blockchains, which are just distributed ledgers. It's really a new type of decentralized computing platform, and there's a lot of things that can be built on that computing platform. So in any event, we're happy here to provide those resources to help explain it, both on Capitol Hill and beyond.
Thank you. Jasper Goodman with Politico. Thanks for doing this. Senator Hagerty is out with a stablecoin bill today. Given that that's out there and that there's been more consensus in the past on stablecoins as opposed to market structure, do you plan to move first on stablecoins ahead of market structure? And relatedly, to what extent in both of these processes do you plan to engage Democrats versus going at it alone now that you have the trifecta?
Yeah. So the bill's out, as you know. We have been working with Democrats already on the bill. You'll see co-sponsors will line up on both sides. Good news is that the bill is moving quickly. I'm actually pleasantly surprised at a place where you see very little bipartisan coalition building. The members of the committee, as well as folks like Gillibrand off the committee, are very anxious to have a win in this digital space. And so for the first time in a long time, there's a reason to take a deep breath and release it, because the legislation moving forward very quickly is happening. Good news is they have had, as French said, a lot of time working on the legislation as well. Finding the places where there are disagreement will be the key for us getting it to the president's desk. And that's where I think the task happens next, is to take a look at the component parts of Hagerty's stablecoin bill. But that's what we're moving first, is stablecoins.
In the House, and I'll speak for the Financial Services Committee and then yield to my friend GT, we're proposing that we'll essentially move the stable coins and a FIT 21 type structure, as I've now answered that question 2 or 3 times, on a similar track, meaning we're going to begin that process where we left off in the 118th Congress. And we worked hand in glove diligently with our colleagues on the Democratic side of the aisle in the House. Many of the ideas that are reflected in the market structure bill and some in the stablecoins bill reflected views from the minority party in the House. And we'll continue to do that. And you'll see that as we move forward with a set of hearings and the discussion. So I remain committed to trying to make these bills bipartisan success in the House. And certainly we'll cooperate with the senators and try to be a part of any kind of educational effort here on a bipartisan base to support their efforts here in the Senate. GT.
I have the same commitment, so I really don't have anything additional.
All right, last question, Jennifer.
Thank you so much, Jennifer Schonberger with Yahoo Finance. On the campaign trail, the president said he supported the Bitcoin reserve. I'm curious what the plans are for that at this point, and would the Biden administration consider putting crypto into a sovereign wealth fund?
So one of the things that the president instructed us to do was to evaluate the idea for a Bitcoin reserve. And so that is one of the things, that's one of the first things we're going to look at as part of the internal working group in the administration. So as soon as we get all of that set up, we're still waiting for some cabinet secretaries who are on the working group to get confirmed. So we're still in the very early stages of this. But that's one of the first things we're gonna look at, is the feasibility of a Bitcoin reserve. I think the concept of the sovereign wealth fund is a little separate, and you'd have to talk to Secretary Lutnick, or soon to be Secretary Lutnick, about that.
Thank you all very much.
Really interesting. Separate from the Bitcoin Reserve Sovereign Wealth Fund. Wow. Okay. Recap. Okay.
So
recap.
That's it. That's the whole event. So we
That's
got
the event. Okay. So
So what did we learn? What did we learn? We learned that they're really thinking a lot about stable coins.
Yeah.
Which actually is interesting because, I've been looking at stable coins for many years, and stablecoin volume way surpasses anything else. Like way surpasses Bitcoin volume in terms of just transactional volume between people.
Yeah.
It's insane. The whole entire third world is using stablecoins, stable USD specifically, to access dollars in places where they can't get dollars very easily. And so that's one thing that we learned, is that they're really thinking a lot about stablecoin.
That's the first. That's their
Number
first
one, the
priority.
biggest thing is stablecoin legislation is their big thing,
by
because
the way,
it supports U.S. dominance. But it's part of the story.
Yeah.
It's a stepping stone.
And stable coins run on different blockchains, so they don't run on Bitcoin. I mean, they
do run on Bitcoin now. Actually, as of last week,
they run
this
on
week,
Lightning.
Stablecoin Tether does run on Lightning. So that's the big announcement.
They're announcing it. I can't send you some stable coins on Bitcoin today. I don't think.
I don't know. Maybe you can.
Okay.
If anyone knows, if anyone's using Lightning really intimately, and they know about how these things work, but yeah, the Lightning Bitcoin is Lightning, and Lightning stablecoin is going to be way more centralized. Still, it's more
Totally custodial.
It's totally custodial version of a stable coin. Now, I think the biggest stablecoin market today is on Tron.
Yep.
So Tron is the most used stablecoin chain.
And I gotta believe
I've
that the
never
U.S.
even
government.
used, I've honestly never even used Tron.
I have.
You've used it.
Yeah.
But,
I actually, I went to a Tron development conference in 2018.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was Justin's son there?
Yep. Oh yeah.
I met Justin's son once.
I met him too.
In Mexico.
Yeah, I met him.
I took a picture with him because he was there.
I got a picture of myself with Justin. But anyways,
Anyway,
stable coins
So
are
stable coins are a big deal, right? But stable coins are kind of a stepping stone to Bitcoin because people are like, what the hell is crypto? And you're like, well, here's a
I'll send you
crypto that's
$10.
always worth $1. And they're like a credit card? You're like, sure. So it's like Venmo, yeah, kind of like that. So it's very easy for people to understand. So it's kind of a stepping stone. Like, wait, so it's not evil hacker stuff that's used to buy drugs? No, just like Venmo. You know, I can send you $1.
Right.
That's very easy for people to understand. I think it's a really good stepping stone to get to.
We'll probably get that in a couple months. Stablecoin bill.
So it's going to be some kind of stablecoin bill. What's it going to be? It's going to be something that says, well, you can use stablecoins, but you have to treat them like a bank. So it has to be like, to cash in and out of them requires KYC.
Yeah.
There's going to be a closed ecosystem stablecoin. It's going to become like the official coin. It's not going to be Tether. It's not going to even be USDC on Ethereum. I doubt. I really doubt you think it's going to be USDC on Ethereum.
Yeah. I think it'll be very.
I think Base
flavors
is
of
way
use.
more likely than Ethereum. That's my opinion.
Right,
Base, Coinbase is.
I just think that
chain.
in order to cash in and out, well, I think they're going to. I think that I agree they're going to be okay with Base, but I also think USDC on Ethereum.
What about Solana?
I think so.
All of them. All USDC.
I think all USDC is fine. Right?
Maybe USDC has
Because
has
the question
KYC
is-
rails on the end.
Right. It's that's the part. If you want to go from USDC to fiat, right?
Think of USDC as a really big room.
Yeah.
And the entrance and exits to this room, they check your ID in and out.
Right. Exactly.
That's kind of what way to think about USDC. Whereas Tether, well, it's kind of the other version. It's a room with many holes, and there's a lot of money going out of those holes without getting.
Okay, so stable coins we're gonna get. Next, they didn't say much.
Okay. He did say the word Bitcoin 2 times. I heard Bitcoin twice. So everyone had to take 2 shots and also buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I was buying Bitcoin the whole time because I got below 100K.
Congratulations, you're down.
Yeah. I'm down. Yeah, but that's okay. That's okay. Well, we'll see how it does, you know.
But look, I think he did say that they see the crypto as being really important to the U.S. and they're gonna make sure that the crypto ecosystem is. We're gonna do the exact opposite of what happened under Biden.
Okay, so the other thing we learned
Yeah.
is that they're thinking about a Bitcoin strategic reserve, not a crypto strategic reserve.
He did say the word Bitcoin strategic reserve.
He said Bitcoin, and he said it was separate from the sovereign wealth fund. So why is this important? Well, we kind of spent the entire weekend on Twitter hearing about the sovereign wealth fund and why that could potentially be important, including from Cynthia Loomis. She's like, she was getting heated up on the sovereign wealth fund idea because it would give the executive branch or give the president power potentially to choose which assets to buy and sell without Congress's approval, right? I think was part of the idea. It's kind of like you would make the president the king of the account.
And he can do whatever he wants.
And so I think what I was expecting with the strategic reserve idea was that, well, the government already has some of these crypto assets, right?
Yeah, more than just Bitcoin.
Yeah, I found a little chart about it. Let me see if I can take it up again.
Why don't you just read it?
Well, I was trying to find it somewhere on Galaxy.
Okay.
They had. I was trying to find it on the web because I found a Twitter image, and those aren't always very reliable. But there's a bunch of things. There's like a link, chain link was in there.
Yeah.
You know?
They don't have any Solana,
No.
but they have Ethereum.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it again.
Okay.
I wasn't very trustworthy link, but anyway, while looking up, the point of it is there are a bunch of assets that the government has, and they already own these things. All they have to do is say, well, we're going to actually take these things out of the hand of the U.S. Marshals. We're going to put them in the Treasury.
Right.
Right. That would kind of be the path, as I understand. Is that?
Yeah, so I think the key thing is there's two buckets that we know now. Sovereign wealth fund bucket, which can hold like TikTok. It could hold, Trump coin. It could own meme coins. It could own Solana, ETH, anything, Chainlink. And then we have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. So we definitely have two things, and Bitcoin could be included in both, probably would be included in both, but your ETH fanboys are only going to get into the sovereign wealth fund, not into the Bitcoin strategic reserve.
I don't know. We could see it going. I mean, if they're using,
Unless you just use that term really lightly, that's
Could be,
possible.
yeah.
I don't know. There wasn't a lot of detail on this, but I think,
Yeah, let's ask Grok.
overall it was not bad. It just was pretty boring when you hear these congressmen talk about these agricultural bills.
Is that because he's on the banking committee, or I didn't realize that this announcement was going to be coming from the banking committee until today when they were going live.
Yeah.
I was like, Sachs is like somehow in the executive office of the president.
Right. Where was Elizabeth Warren? I guess she's no longer part of this banking committee.
I don't know. It's a good
I think
question.
she got eliminated. She used to be the chairman of the banking committee.
Let's see. Who's the chairman of the banking committee now? Let's see. Chairman.
Scott. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Bessent?
Scott. It's Tim Scott.
Or Tim Scott. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Tim Scott.
So,
That's
and
the-
it used to be Elizabeth Warren. So,
okay. That's the black guy, the African American.
So look, we've got, that is a massive upgrade. The upgrade from Elizabeth Warren to Tim Scott's massive.
Wow, that's really amazing. All right. He's an insurance guy.
He's from the insurance background?
He basically had a mentor who ran a local Chick-fil-A.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't know, maybe he was working at Chick-fil-A. And then he had some small businesses, like he ran some Allstate insurance agencies.
So listening to that, does that make you more bullish on Bitcoin, less bullish? What is it? What's your ultimate takeaway? We're going to end this thing pretty quick.
I think Chick-fil-A is bullish because that's
Okay.
tendies.
Yeah.
Tendies is degens.
Okay.
Degens like Bitcoin.
Okay. Decent. Okay. I think it's bullish for crypto, I would say in general. I think I'm more bullish on crypto.
I think we
Then
should
I've ever
follow
been.
Tim Scott pretty closely. Like I think everyone
Yeah.
should follow him on X.
Yeah. He's going to be the most important
He's
guy.
a pretty important guy.
He's already important.
He's already important. He's got 800,000 followers. But if you're listening to this, follow Tim Scott. Let's see what he's up to. Let's tweet at him. Let's ask him questions about Bitcoin. That's one thing we can do. We can really pass him about Bitcoin.
Let's make sure we send him a book. Can you check us if we sent
Oh,
him
Tim Scott. Yeah, I don't know if he's on a book. We'll check. But let's close out by doing the
the stupid coin.
stupid coin. Yeah.
Let's go back to the question and answer.
Okay, let's review what
Okay,
people's answers
so
were.
people said cocaine. That was one of the first.
Wow. Yeah.
That was the first answer. Was cocaine. What do you think the answer is?
I don't know. I'm going to look it up now. I think it's computers and computer equipment is what I kind of think, but
I'd go with cars, but that's my.
all right. Let's see here. I'm looking for a really good chart of this. So here we go. According to this chart, let me send this to you so you can bring it up on your screen.
Okay.
Okay, let's review this. Wow, chart you might be right actually. Okay, click this link.
Okay, so we're gonna see.
Now scroll down.
Okay.
And then scroll down. There we go. So now this is 2022 exports. So number one exports is cars.
Cars. That's it.
But now wait, no, we're import. Go to imports. Click on
Oh, I
imports.
see. Imports from Mexico.
Well,
Gas.
gas is number one.
Okay, so gas. The answer is what we're looking for is oil.
I think that is it. Yeah. I think as I was right kind of as a chunk here. If you look at computers and computer equipment, that's kind of that blue
No, but this
chunk.
is they import petroleum.
But importing
Our-
petroleum is by far the
No.
largest.
But we were asking, what do we import from Mexico? Right, that was the question.
What do we import from Mexico? Yeah. Is this
It's cars.
Oh, I see. Yeah, exports, right.
All right, these cars are going to the U.S. So look, the answer is cars, not cocaine. Now let's go find our winner. Mexicans, that was pretty
Yeah,
big.
that's
I get this guy's the number one.
Vehicles.
Or Zidane is what the winner. So winner, please provide
Okay, we got a winner.
Solana address. Okay, guys. Well, it was a pleasure watching this video with y'all, and
Thanks for joining.
thanks for joining.